past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Off play action. Stockton taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The Jets at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
This defense for the Bears, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
You look at this Bears defense.
They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I
And
can't?
he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stockton.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Bears force the... They'll take over at the 10.
They went for the deep shot early, and that's fine, but I don't think it was the right target to throw it to. You had 3 other guys sprinting downfield, and I thought 2 of them were open. Could have avoided an interception there by attacking a different player in coverage.
Here we go.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
From back at their own 10-yard line.
Oh, now Moore going to get a chance to run.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, but it'll be second down. You talk about this Jets defense.
And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes down.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Here comes the Bears punter now.
Back deep for the Jets, McCole Hardman.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Hall ought to give up the middle.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
That's good for a Jets. First and 10 at the 44.
On first and 10, it's Hall.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They go play action here on first down.
Right back to Njoku.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Second and 14. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Hall.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
59 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Off play action, Fields.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Fields on first down.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Fields. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
And this one is no good. He missed it. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
4 yards.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On first down, Fields.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Third and long. It's Fields.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Ball again. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Throwing again. Stockton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This pass out wide to Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Completes it to Hardman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Give to Hall running right. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Hall again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's Hall again.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
A give running right is Hall.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Sliding out of the pocket. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown, Jets.
Mecole Hardman.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Jets are able to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, I'm trying to erase this deficit. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw. And Fields going to have the 1st down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Now Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back. He's trailing here in the 2nd half. Last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Hardman to return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
They'll give to Hall.
And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Straight ahead is Hall.
Oh, what a move. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
They'll go again with Hall.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
This is 1st and 10. Now it's Fields.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Here comes 2nd down. Back to throw, Fields.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line.
They'll run with Hall.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave it open.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point.